It's April 2nd, 1989, and in front of an electric crowd of over 18,000 fans and VIPs at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Ravishing Rick Rude has just reached the pinnacle of his wrestling career at WrestleMania 5, a night etched in the honorable halls of WWF history, where Rude finally captured the Intercontinental Championship. The Intercontinental Championship Belt has always held a special place within the WWF, symbolizing the pinnacle of in-ring excellence and the gateway to superstardom. It has been worn by legends who have gone on to become icons in the sport, each adding their own chapter to its storied legacy. Today we celebrate the top 10 WWF Intercontinental Champions, starting with this incredible triumph of Ravishing Rick Rude at number 10. With his chiseled physique and captivating mic skills, Rude became one of the most unforgettable characters in the Federation. Born as Richard Rude on December 7, 1958 in St. Peter, Minnesota, Rude actually attended the same high school as Curt Hennig, who was a close childhood friend. After college, Rude briefly worked as a bouncer and later had a stint as an arm wrestler before transitioning to pro wrestling. Ravishing Rick Rude was much more than just a wrestler. He was a master of psychological warfare and physical dominance, a true artist of the squared circle. Rude's reign was also significant for his ability to provoke the crowd with his arrogant attitude.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, Springfield sweat hogs.
Yet according to Bret Hart, despite his ravishing one persona, known for its womanizing bravado, Rick Rude was a devoted family man. Rude never removed his wedding ring, even during matches. Instead, he covered it with tape to keep it concealed. Tito Santana, born Merced Solis on May 10, 1953, in Mission, Texas, ranks number 9 on our list of the greatest WWF Intercontinental Champions. Before stepping into the wrestling world, Solis excelled in football, earning a scholarship to West Texas State University, where he played alongside future wrestling stars. Upon graduation, he was signed by the Kansas City Chiefs, but was cut during training camp due to a poor performance in the 40-yard dash, resulting from a twisted Achilles tendon 2 weeks before camp. He then played a single season for the BC Lions of the Canadian Football League, appearing in 13 regular season games. His wrestling career began to take off in the late 1970s, but it was in the WWF where he truly made his mark. He won the Intercontinental Championship twice, first on February 11, 1984, by defeating Don Muraco, and again on July 6, 1985, by overcoming Greg the Hammer Valentine in a brutal steel cage match. Known for his high-energy style and signature flying forearm, he was a fan favorite and a trailblazer for Latino wrestlers in the industry. Bret Hart, born Bret Sargent Hart on July 2, 1957 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, ranks number 8 on our list of the greatest WWF Intercontinental Champions. Growing up in the legendary Hart wrestling family, Bret was immersed in the sport from an early age, training in the infamous Hart Dungeon under the guidance of his father, Stu Hart. Hart's first Intercontinental Championship victory came on August 26, 1991 at SummerSlam, where he defeated Mr. Perfect in a match that is still celebrated for its technical excellence and storytelling. Bret Hart's second reign began on April 5, 1992 at WrestleMania 8, where he defeated Rowdy Roddy Piper in another classic bout. Hart's tenure as Intercontinental Champion solidified his reputation as the excellence of execution and proved to be a stepping stone towards his ultimate legacy of 5-time WWF champion. Known for his sharpshooter submission hold and pink and black ring attire, Hart's matches set a new standard for technical wrestling in the WWF, and his dedication to his craft earned him the respect and admiration of fans and peers alike. The Honky Tonk Man, born Roy Wayne Ferris on January 25, 1953, in Bolivar, Tennessee, ranks number 7 on our list of the greatest Intercontinental Champions. Growing up in the heart of Tennessee, Ferris was surrounded by the rich musical culture that would later define his wrestling persona. His portrayal of a flamboyant, Elvis Presley-inspired character made him a memorable and entertaining figure in the wrestling world. The Honky Tonk Man's claim to fame came on June 2, 1987, when he defeated Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the Intercontinental Championship. Honky Tonk Man reversed Steamboat's inside cradle and used the bottom ropes for leverage to secure the pinfall victory. His reign would become legendary, lasting an unprecedented 454 days. Known for his cunning tactics and willingness to bend the rules, Honky Tonk Man was a master at retaining his belt through disqualifications and countouts, much to the frustration of his opponents and the delight of the fans. Honky Tonk Man also delivered some of the most entertaining promos of his era, often accompanied by his manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Shawn Michaels, born Michael Shawn Hickenbottom on July 22, 1965, in Chandler, Arizona, ranks number 6 on our list of greatest Intercontinental Champions. Raised in a military family, Michaels moved frequently before eventually settling in San Antonio, Texas. Known as the Heartbreak Kid, Michaels' charisma ultimately set him apart in the world of professional wrestling. After turning on his former Rockers tag team partner Marty Jannetty, Michaels first won the Intercontinental Championship on October 27, 1992, defeating the British Bulldog. This victory marked the rise of a new era, showcasing Michaels' ability to blend high-flying moves with technical wrestling. His second reign began on June 6, 1993, after he defeated Marty Jannetty, further establishing his dominance in the mid-card division. One of Michaels' most iconic moments as Intercontinental Champion came at WrestleMania 10 in 1994, where he faced Razor Ramon in a historic ladder match. This match is often cited as one of the greatest in wrestling history, illustrating Michaels' innovative approach and his willingness to push the boundaries of what was possible in the ring. The Rock, born Dwayne Douglas Johnson on May 2, 1972, in Hayward, California, ranks number 5 on our list of greatest Intercontinental Champions. Growing up in a legendary wrestling family, with his father Rocky Johnson and grandfather Peter Maivia both being wrestling icons, The Rock's entry into professional wrestling seemed almost destined. Raised in a household that moved frequently due to his father's wrestling career, The Rock developed a resilience and adaptability that would later define his wrestling persona. His first Intercontinental Championship victory came on February 13, 1997, when he defeated Hunter Hearst Helmsley. This win marked the beginning of his rise to prominence, showcasing his electrifying charisma and unmatched athleticism. His reigns as Intercontinental Champion were pivotal in shaping his persona as the People's Champion, resonating with fans and establishing his dominance in the mid-card before transitioning to main event status. This is why it's safe to say that The Rock's time as Intercontinental Champion was instrumental in propelling him to superstardom. Mr. Perfect, born Curtis Michael Hennig on March 28, 1958, in Robbinsdale, Minnesota, ranks number 4 on our list of greatest Intercontinental Champions. Growing up in a family with deep wrestling roots, Hennig was introduced to the sport by his father, Larry the Axe Hennig. This early exposure laid the foundation for his exceptional technical skills and in-ring intelligence. Mr. Perfect's first Intercontinental Championship win came on April 23, 1990. This victory not only marked the beginning of his illustrious reign, but also cemented his persona as Mr. Perfect, a character known for his arrogance, technical prowess, and flawless execution. His second reign began on December 15, 1990, further solidifying his status as a top-tier competitor. Mr. Perfect's time as Intercontinental Champion was characterized by his extraordinary athleticism and memorable feuds with other wrestling legends, such as Bret Hart. His contributions to the legacy of the Intercontinental Championship are profound, as he brought a blend of charisma, technical skill, and storytelling that set a high standard for future champions. Razor Ramon, born Scott Oliver Hall on October 20, 1958, in St. Mary's County, Maryland, ranks number 3 among the greatest Intercontinental Champions. Raised in a military family, Hall moved frequently during his childhood, which contributed to his adaptable and resilient nature. He entered the wrestling world with a persona inspired by the characters Tony Montana and Manny Ribera from Scarface, complete with the infamous catchphrase, "Say hello to the bad guy." His swagger, toothpick flicking, and machismo quickly made him a standout character in the Federation. His Razor's Edge was also a wildly popular finisher. Razor Ramon's first Intercontinental Championship victory came on October 11, 1993, when he defeated Rick Martel in a match for the vacant title. His second reign began on August 29, 1994, after defeating Diesel at SummerSlam, showcasing his ability to reclaim the championship and further enhancing his legacy. The Ultimate Warrior, born James Bryan Hellwig on June 16, 1959, in Crawfordsville, Indiana, ranks number 2 on our list of greatest Intercontinental Champions. Before his wrestling fame, he attended Indiana State University and was then pursuing a career in bodybuilding. The Ultimate Warrior burst onto the wrestling scene in the late 1980s, capturing the audience's imagination with his intense energy, colorful face paint, and powerful physique. His first major triumph came on August 29, 1988, when he defeated the Honky Tonk Man at SummerSlam to win the Intercontinental Championship in just 31 seconds. Warrior's reigns as Intercontinental Champion were characterized by his explosive matches and larger-than-life persona. One of the most significant moments in Warrior's career was at WrestleMania 6 on April 1, 1990, where he faced Hulk Hogan in a champion versus champion match. Warrior, holding the Intercontinental Championship, challenged Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship. Warrior's victory not only unified the two titles, but also solidified his status as a top-tier wrestler. Macho Man Randy Savage, born Randy Mario Poffo on November 15, 1952, in Columbus, Ohio, ranks number 1 on our list as the greatest WWF Intercontinental Champion. His charismatic personality, distinctive raspy voice, and flamboyant attire made him an unforgettable character. This guy is so legendary that he deserves his own dedicated video. So if you want to uncover his full, uncensored story, then go ahead and click the thumbnail appearing on your screen right now. Seriously, you don't want to miss this. Go ahead and click it, and you'll finally get the inside scoop on the rise and fall of this iconic legend.